Hello everyone, and welcome to my Young and Restless official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Nate fumed when Lily revealed that she'd asked Victor to investigate Damien. Damien agreed to attempt to patch things up with Amy after they exchanged some happy memories. Devin confronted Damien about his lies but claimed he was willing to give Damien the benefit of the doubt. Lily intended to get to know Damien more, but Devin was concerned that he was keeping more secrets. Amy met Nate's friend who is an oncologist. Nate and Damien bonded over losing their fathers at a young age. Holden told Audra about Damien's temper. Holden was told to return to LA by Damien, who was annoyed to see him hanging around with Audra. Jack and Diane were invited to a dinner party by Billy and Sally to commemorate Abbott Communications' debut. Diane asked if Billy was certain he wanted Phyllis to be part of his new endeavor. Jack reassured Billy that he trusted his brother, but cautioned him about Phyllis. Chance stated that there was no evidence of Phyllis and no record of Sharon checking into any spas in Sedona. Nick, Billy, Daniel, and Summer's fears escalated that something had happened to Sharon and Phyllis. While in captivity, Sharon and Phyllis wondered who had taken them. Phyllis was about to smash a window to cry out for assistance when Sharon intervened. The captor of the women persisted in using riddles to mock them. Victor refused Jack's plea to stop interfering in Claire and Kyle's relationship. Once more, Claire saw Kyle comforting Summer in his embrace. Claire had a suspicion that Victor was pushing for Summer and Kyle to get back together. Summer was told by Kyle that he could see himself falling for Claire. Although she warned that Victor would push Kyle and Claire apart, Summer stated that she had no problem with them being together. Jack could feel Summer's desire to have Kyle return. Adam and Chelsea encouraged Connor to try out for the baseball team. Adam accused Billy of starting his own media company to take aim at Newman Media after Billy caught him holding Chelsea's hand. Billy was surprised that his company's launch had been leaked, but he assured Chelsea that his new venture had nothing to do with hurting the Newmans. Billy later scrambled to release a press statement about Abbott Communications before Adam had a chance to do so first. Chelsea wondered if Adam was really over Sally. Adam was pleasantly delighted when Chelsea kissed him at home. Chelsea expressed to Adam her gratitude that Adam had arranged the entire evening with her comfort in mind. The prospect of their future thrilled her. Adam promised that they would go at the speed she chose. He guided her to the couch by holding her hand. Hopefully together, he said, they took their wine and toasted themselves for discovering their best selves. Chelsea came to the conclusion, I think we're off to a great start. Adam inquired about Chelsea's needs and how her wing at the house was doing. According to Chelsea, she only needed to know if he was truly over Sally. There wasn't even the slightest glimmer, he reassured her. Chelsea was concerned that he and Sally hadn't found peace, but she and Billy had. She needed to be sure he was over his ex before she let him back into her heart. Adam claimed that he and Sally could agree only that they were no longer together. They talked about their cheating night. They pondered whether it was related to their actual emotions. Adam didn't regret anything that led him and Chelsea to where they were, but he did regret hurting Sally. Adam claimed that although he hadn't planned on winning Chelsea over that evening, he hoped it would be the start of many happy memories with her. They continued kissing after Chelsea remarked that this was the Adam she had forgotten existed. Before Chelsea went to her room, Adam gave her a rose. He was excited about the evening once he was by himself. Chelsea grinned as she scented the rose in her chamber. Nick stopped by the main home to inform Nikki and Victor about the disappearance of Phyllis and Sharon. Nikki suspected Phyllis right away and questioned whether Sharon had stopped taking her medication. Nick shared his knowledge with them. He believed that additional security wouldn't hurt, but he didn't want to worry too soon. Victor concurred. Staying alive was a ridiculous goal at the asylum, according to Phyllis. She called for directions and responses from the speaker mounted on the wall. Go to hell with whoever did it, Sharon remarked, adding that they needed to work together to find a solution in order to win the game. It must be something they should both recognize, Phyllis added as the song began to play again. The fact that someone was messing with her once more irritated Sharon. according to Phyllis, they could see and hear the individual, so they had to comply in order to go. Sharon said to the speaker, "Okay, we're in," after the music stopped. "Great choice." The voice murmured menacingly, "Let's play." The voice told them to go to the safe but would not reveal their name. They discovered a birthday card there. In a mocking tone, Sharon inquired as to if it was his birthday and what kind of celebration he would like. The siren beeped, but he didn't respond. The card said, "I'm 18 years away from Independence Day." Sharon looked at a calendar and saw that June 16th was empty. The music resumed when she checked on July 22nd. It opened when Phyllis entered the date in the safe combination. Phyllis clarified that Sharon attempted to murder her on the evening of July 22, 2013, during the charity function. In contrast to Phyllis, Sharon claimed that the incident was an accident and denied that she had pushed Phyllis down a set of stairs, causing her to go into a coma. According to Phyllis, it made no difference because the music was the same one that was playing throughout their altercation that evening. They both understood that they were the focus of this game. Phyllis informed Sharon that he knew the person behind the speaker and that they had gone to great lengths to make everything work. There were 2 phones in the safe, but they were locked. He advised them to make thoughtful decisions because they could only make 1 phone call each to a loved one. The voice instructed, "You will tell them you went out of town for a bit, maybe for business or to sort through some emotional issues." "He's talking to you there," Phyllis quipped to Sharon. "Do whatever you believe will make them believe you're all right. Tell them not to worry, you'll be back soon," he continued. The speaker did not respond when Sharon questioned if it was true that they would be returning home shortly. The phones were locked, as Phyllis noted. The speaker assured them that the phones will be unlocked after they accepted the rules. Phyllis concurred on her and Sharon's behalf. The voice cautioned that there would be a cost if they attempted to tell their loved ones the truth since the transmission will instantly scramble and disconnect. "You will face consequences if you attempt to assume control," he continued. Sharon questioned how they would be punished and clarified that he couldn't harm them as long as they cooperated. "Can't I?" he pondered. Phyllis sighed. The strange person behind the curtain was starting to bore her. "She should stop," Sharon pleaded. He instructed them to enter the date they used on the safe, but this time in reverse, after they informed the voice that they were prepared to make their calls. When Sharon entered 31-22-7, the phone unlocked. Sharon selected Nick, and Phyllis made the decision to call Summer. When Sharon called to inform Nick that she was in Sedona, Nick was still at the ranch house. She claimed to have texted the girls and acted as though she didn't know why they weren't receiving her messages. She said that she was using a burner until her new phone arrived since she had misplaced hers. When she requested him to inform the girls that she would be gone, Nick grew worried even though he believed her and advised her to enjoy her alone time. In the meantime, Phyllis called Summer to apologize for worrying her and to inform her that she had misplaced her phone. She claimed to have become preoccupied with pursuing some business leads, but she requested her not to inform Billy. Rather, she repeatedly expressed her love for Summer and begged her to inform Daniel as well. Phyllis stared at Sharon in shock as she hung up. Nikki questioned Sharon's alleged trip to Sedona after Nick hung up. Nick found it strange that Sharon said she was too exhausted to call her children, and he appeared worried about the texts the girls weren't receiving. He didn't want to seem alarmist, but the chat was filled with warning signs. Although Nick was aware that the nightmare was over, something seemed strange. Nikki disagreed, claiming that Sharon called him instead of calling both girls directly since it was faster. Victor concurred that Sharon was secure and had told him the truth. Summer texted Nick to let him know that Phyllis had called and that she was fine. Nikki was relieved that they were both all right, but thought it strange that they would check in at the same time. Victor acknowledged that it was strange, but he also believed there was nothing to be concerned about. Sharon observed that Nick had a lot of questions back at the asylum, but he had no suspicions. Summer didn't either, Phyllis concurred. It didn't look like they were going to win, Sharon observed, as they waved off any potential rescue attempt. However, it will. "We're leaving this place," Phyllis declared resolutely. The voice was questioned by Sharon and Phyllis about their next test and what transpired next. They gripped their ears as the speaker blared the siren. "Take a nap. Go to sleep." The voice commanded. Tomorrow is another day. Reluctantly, Sharon and Phyllis sat on the couch and quarreled. They pondered whether someone wanted them to confront their hatred for one another. "Unless they want one last showdown, that doesn't make sense to me. Perhaps we aren't even up against a captor. Perhaps we're simply competing with one another," Phyllis said. The intricate and ever-evolving drama on The Young and the Restless continues to captivate fans, with the latest developments involving Nate, Lily, Devin, Damien, and the mysterious kidnapping of Sharon and Phyllis taking center stage. The tension between family loyalty and personal boundaries has reached a boiling point as Nate finds himself caught in the middle of his family's well-meaning but overbearing interference. The revelation that Lily had asked Victor to investigate Damien sent Nate into a fury, as he had explicitly asked his family to stay out of his business. This breach of trust has only deepened the rift between Nate and his relatives, particularly Lily and Devin, who insist that their actions are motivated by concern for his well-being. However, their inability to respect Nate's wishes has left fans divided, with some applauding their protective instincts and others criticizing their overreach. Damien, meanwhile, has become a focal point of suspicion and intrigue. After agreeing to mend fences with Amy, Damien found himself under scrutiny from Devin, who confronted him about his lies and the true nature of his business dealings. Devin's willingness to give Damien the benefit of the doubt was tempered by his lingering concerns that Damien might be hiding more secrets. Lily, on the other hand, has taken a different approach, deciding to get to know Damien better in an effort to uncover the truth. This dynamic has added another layer of complexity to the storyline, as Damien's true intentions remain shrouded in mystery. The revelation that Holden, Damien's associate, has been spending time with Audra has only added to the intrigue, with Damien growing increasingly irritated by Holden's actions and ordering him to return to Los Angeles. The kidnapping of Sharon and Phyllis has become one of the most gripping storylines in recent memory, as the two women find themselves trapped in an asylum, forced to play a twisted game orchestrated by their captor. The psychological torment they endure is palpable, as they are taunted with riddles and forced to confront their shared history of animosity. The captor's insistence that they play along with the game in order to survive has left Sharon and Phyllis with no choice but to comply, even as they struggle to maintain their sanity. The tension between the two women is palpable, as they bicker and clash over their past grievances while simultaneously trying to work together to escape their predicament. The captor's decision to allow them each one phone call to a loved one added a new layer of suspense, as Sharon and Phyllis were forced to lie to Nick and Summer, respectively, in order to avoid triggering the captor's wrath. The emotional toll of these calls was evident, as both women struggled to maintain their composure while delivering their carefully crafted lies. Back in Genoa City, the fallout from Sharon and Phyllis's disappearance has sent shockwaves through their respective families. Nick's concern for Sharon's well-being was evident as he questioned the inconsistencies in her phone call, while Summer's relief at hearing from Phyllis was tempered by her lingering doubts about the situation. Victor and Nikki's reactions to the news of the disappearances were characteristically pragmatic, with Victor agreeing to increase security at the ranch while Nikki speculated about the possible reasons behind Sharon and Phyllis's absence. The fact that both women checked in around the same time only added to the mystery, leaving their loved ones to wonder if there was more to the story than met the eye. Meanwhile, the launch of Abbott Communications has brought Billy and Sally into the spotlight, as they hosted a dinner party to celebrate the new venture. Diane's skepticism about Phyllis's involvement in the project was met with Billy's staunch defense of his former flame, while Jack reiterated his faith in his brother's judgment. However, Jack's warning to Billy to be careful about Phyllis hinted at the underlying tension between the two men, as Billy's decision to include Phyllis in his new venture has raised eyebrows among his family and friends. The leak of Abbott Communications' launch to the media added another layer of drama, as Billy scrambled to release a press statement before Adam could beat him to the punch. The rivalry between Billy and Adam has been a recurring theme in the show, and this latest development has only served to heighten the tension between the two men. Chelsea and Adam's relationship has also been a source of intrigue as the two navigate the complexities of their renewed connection. Chelsea's decision to kiss Adam was a significant moment, as it signaled her willingness to give their relationship another chance. However, her lingering doubts about Adam's feelings for Sally have added a layer of uncertainty to their dynamic. Adam's assurance that he is over Sally was met with cautious optimism from Chelsea, who is determined to take things slow and ensure that their relationship is built on a solid foundation. The emotional depth of their conversations, particularly their discussion of the night they cheated, has added a layer of poignancy to their storyline as they reflect on the mistakes of the past and the potential for a brighter future. Victor's refusal to stop interfering in Claire and Kyle's relationship has added another layer of drama to the show, as Claire grows increasingly suspicious of Victor's motives. Her discovery of Kyle consoling Summer in his arms has only fueled her doubts, as she begins to suspect that Victor is encouraging Summer to reunite with Kyle. Kyle's admission to Summer that he could see himself falling in love with Claire has added another layer of complexity to the situation, as Summer's claim that she doesn't have an issue with Kyle and Claire being together is met with skepticism. The tension between Claire, Kyle, and Summer has become a central focus of the show, as the three navigate the complexities of their relationships and the lingering feelings that threaten to derail their newfound happiness. The kidnapping storyline, meanwhile, continues to unfold with gripping intensity, as Sharon and Phyllis are forced to confront their shared history and the animosity that has defined their relationship for years. The Captor's decision to force them to relive the night of the charity event when Sharon allegedly pushed Phyllis down a flight of stairs has added a new layer of psychological torment to their ordeal.